Welcome back. I'm Udar Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Our big focus this hour, Pakistan is facing growing unrest on multiple fronts with fresh tensions escalating in PoK as well as POJK, in fact, even as violence continues in Balochistan. In fact, in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Jammu and Kashmir Joint Awami Action Committee has launched a major agitation against Islamabad. The group has issued a 48-hour ultimatum demanding that the Pakistani government accept its 38-point charter of demands, including cheaper electricity, subsidized wheat flour, tax relief, the release of detained activists, and greater local autonomy. Now, after the deadline expired without any resolution, JAAC called for a grand and final protest, accusing Islamabad of failing to honor earlier commitments. The latest phase of protest was triggered by the ban on JAAC, the arrest of its leaders and activists, and an intensified security crackdown. Demonstrations have spread across several towns in POJK, with protesters continuing and vowing, in fact, to continue their movement until their demands are met. Pakistan is also battling renewed violence, of course, in Balochistan. Pakistani authorities say 42 people, including security personnel and civilians, were killed in a wave of militant attacks over recent days. Now, in response, the Pakistan Army has launched large-scale counter-insurgency operations across the province. They've targeted suspected militant hideouts. The simultaneous unrest in POJK and Balochistan has also placed Pakistan under increasing internal pressure, now exposing deep political, economic and security challenges across two of its most sensitive regions. Sumit Peer, political commentator, is with us on this big story. Sumit, clearly, of course, Pakistan gripped with severe internal tensions and strife from multiple territories now.
Uday, thank you very much for having me on your show. Well, you have summed it rightly. There's a lot of things which are going wrong for Pakistan and Pakistani army, including between the establishment and the Pakistani political class. There is a video of Ishaq Dar which is doing rounds. There are allegations from, Khwaja Asif, and, some people believe that his mental faculties are not right. But keeping that aside, you see, they have been whacked in so-called Islamabad MOU that is blown into pieces. Now, there have been attacks in Sindh, there have been attacks in Balochistan, there have been attacks in KPK. Now, if you look at especially Balochistan, 4th, 5th, there was an attack, and 8th, there was an attack. 4th attack happened, they say, oh, we kind of thwarted it. 5th it happened, they say, we thwarted it. Now, when the DG ISPR is himself telling you 44 people are killed, you can just multiply it by 5 or 10. That is how Pakistan behaves. And usually, Balochis don't attack innocents. They only target Pakistani army. And what will the Pakistani army do? It will go to a far-flung village, pick up people and start killing them. If you look at POJK, the Jack has really rang those bells. Things are getting out of control. They have been exploited. They have been looted 4 rupees a unit and sell them for 50 rupees a unit. You do a loot and plunder, and even after Balochistan, the maximum mixing persons are there. That is in POJK. The POJK realizes it's all, exploitation. What's happening? The Pakistani government is failing. And if I quote Ishaq Dar and his leaked video, he said, after Mullah Munir has come to the power, everybody used to have an ihtiram of army. Nobody has that. People used to be scared of the generals. Nobody is, because he has taken the front seat in the politics. So there is a, talk that everybody hates him. Everybody hates the army. Army was seen that guardian angel. It is no longer the same. And the worst part of it is, there is a talks on the Pakistani media. There's some eminent intellectuals are talking that Munir might put every politician in the prison and take over the country. It will be kind of a reimposition of the, this what you call martial law. That's Islamabad MOU is failing. That geopolitical honchos that they were trying to fail, it's failed. Iran doesn't like them. China doesn't trust them. Bharat is after their lives. And POJK is erupting. KPK is erupting. Balochistan is erupting. Saraiki belt is erupting. And they have no terms with Iran. As per some of the Pakistani media, they say, Iran to yahan dahshatgard bhejta, Iran to Bharat ke god mein. That is what they claim. We are not saying that. When you have these kinds of things happening, if I look at Pakistan and Munir, what the hell is wrong? What is the hell is right? And on the top of that, you don't have any water. Your crops are failing. You're growing at 3.4%. You will not get the next loan for FATF. Amit Shah has already designated 23 of your people in that terror list. Very soon we'll be getting you back to the grey list. With all those fiascos happening, and most important, you are of no use to Iran, you are of no use to America. So you're prone to be useless to them with your military pact. And there is an in a revolt in the country. And though you had told Shias of Pakistan, if you don't like there, go to Iran. Now you try to go to Khamenei's funeral and all, try to win some brownie points, but that has not cut ice. The thing is what the ex-Singaporean diplomat rightly said. Whatever your stature is, from -10, you can come to -8 maybe. But how will you feed the people? What are you going to do the people? The problem in POK is you can't simply feed them. They are being exploited. So are the Balochis saying, so are the Pathans saying. So except Punjabi Sunni belt, who else is benefiting there? Everybody seems to be paying the brunt for their hopeless ambitions and their moral obligations of doing some kind of mediation and all whatever. A lot of people say, where is the Pakistani Prime Minister? When is he in the country? He's always in a plane traveling right and left and the center. Who's running the country? Who is in control?
Okay.
What happens to hybrid governance?
Okay.
Real Prime Minister?
Okay, let me also bring in Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian, in at this point, because Joyita, clearly, of course, there's a lot of flack as well that the Pakistani government and army are coming in for how they are dealing with these protests as well. In fact, ripples, ramifications being felt all the way till the UK. Lawmakers there believe that the UK should be summoning the Pakistani ambassador and questioning why these protests are happening, why they are being trampled in the manner that they are. Now one wonders whether the UK High Commissioner will be summoned or not. But the fact is that Pakistan now has to look internally on how they are trying to trample these protests by force. It's not something now that is hidden from the world, Joyita.
Well, I think these areas where the protests are taking place, there have always been trouble spots for Pakistan. And now they actually want to totally secede from Pakistan. And the only way that Pakistan thinks, or other Pakistan military thinks, that they can control is by oppression. And it is, something like this happening in any other country, it would have caused international outrage. But because Pakistan is getting some kind of, the Western world is hoping that, this nonsensical war that is going on around, along the Strait of Hormuz, maybe that Pakistan will be able to help bring under control. That is why they are kind of, it's a wink and nudge. Fine, you control your people, you go around killing your people. We are not going to mind right now. As long as the mess does not land at our doorsteps. But even then, the UK and all, there are people who are taking notice. For how long can you hide such things? And of course, Sumit gave a very comprehensive, background of what exactly is going on in Pakistan. So the whole point is, you see, it's very interesting that, Pakistan, we keep hearing that Pakistan is now among the top tier of diplomatic forces in the world because Mr. Trump has decided to basically, I don't want to use certain terms here. Well, they are serving Mr. Trump's personal interests when it comes to financial. Let me put it this way. Pakistan is serving Mr. Trump's personal financial interests. That is why Pakistan has got into a situation where it starts thinking that, we have every right to punch above our weight. But for a country which is bankrupt, which has nowhere to go, which is surviving on doles, but this is what happens, whatever you might be trying to punch above your weight internationally, when it comes to the actual situation on the ground, this is what it is. It's a complete mess. The country is totally going to the, I would say, dogs, frankly. If it survives, it will be a surprise.
Okay. Sajad Raja, PoK activist, also with us now. Sajad, let me quickly rope you in here. Is this, are these protests perhaps bigger than what we've seen earlier in Pakistan or not quite? And where do you see them headed? Because with each passing day, it seems that Pakistan is losing their grip.
Thank you very much for having me in this program. Yeah, I think Sumit ji has very comprehensively summarized the situation, whatever is happening in Pakistan and the background and the reasons and all those things. Whatever is happening in POK is a new thing. It didn't used to be like that. Though still people of POJK are saying that this movement is not against Pakistan, this is not against Pakistani institutions, this is not against Pakistani establishment, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is that people of POJK are fed up with Pakistan. They know that they don't have any future with Pakistan. This is what our people have realized. And there is decades of struggle behind that movement. We have worked very hard to get the message across to the masses that, well, Pakistan is not our goal, Pakistan is not our friend, Pakistan is not our brother, and whatever was done in 1947 was a big mistake, and we must revert the situation. How it unfolds now onwards, there are loads of factors. I think it's not just nowadays the world is a global village. Social media and everybody is in touch with anybody. Joyata ji has said that, Pakistan is serving Mr. Trump's financial interests. That could be true up to some extent. But my question is, when did Pakistan not serve the Western powers, whether be it European Union, be it United Kingdom, be it America? So Pakistan was created by Western powers for their own interests, and Pakistan has always been serving their interests. And that is why Pakistan has survived, and that is why we can still see Pakistan on the map of the world. And how long this carries on, I think, as long as the Western powers need Pakistan, and they feel that Pakistan is still able to serve their interests, and Pakistan has some importance for their global jigsaw, then Pakistan will keep surviving, because they keep giving Pakistan oxygen. And whatever happens in Pakistan, within Pakistani boundaries, they would always say, like British government has always been saying that, well, this is Pakistani internal problem and we can't do blah,
Yes.
blah, blah,
and what is of course significant this time is the fact that it's come as a twofold problem for Islamabad. MR Mustikan, a Balochistan journalist, if I can rope you in here, because MR, the fact is that while these problems have persisted for them, this time the agitations have erupted parallelly, and both with that much force, which are proving to be a bit obviously challenging, to say the least, for the Pakistan army and establishment there.
Yes, thank you very much. Namaskar. Pakistan is under a constitutional dictatorship, or what we call legalized authoritarianism. The constitution that was passed in 1973, after the breakup of the country, due to the military excesses and military misrule, that constitution has been changed, you see, through the 26th Amendment and the 27th Amendment. The army has now oversight over the judiciary. And now they are planning the 28th Amendment, which is going to take back whatever provincial autonomy the provinces have right now, since the 18th Amendment of 2010. So they are trying to take away all the powers. The military is a military rule today in Pakistan. There is no doubt about that. The general in power is Asim Munir, and he is a nut job. He has opened so many fronts from Afghanistan. You can see in Balochistan, like 44 military personnel being killed. They are admitting it themselves. In Kashmir, where the mass uprising of the people of Kashmir, I don't think there is going to be any turning back on that. We people of Balochistan, we believe that the 33,000 square miles of Gilgit, Baltistan, and Pakistan occupied Kashmir is Indian territory, and these people, that is 6.25 million Kashmiris and Gilgit Baltistanis, they are Indian citizens. We appeal to India to help them out. We appeal to India to play their role diplomatically. You see, in the United Nations, since we people don't have our say in the world forums, India can help us on that a big way. And Pakistan has invited, it's all self invited, it's all their own doing. They have unnecessarily cracked down on the JAAC, the Awami Action Committee. Even today, there have been killings of innocent Kashmiri youths, which has not been widely reported. And there have been, you see, more than 1,000 activists of this Awami Action Committee. They have been arrested. Their main leader, Shaukat Nawaz Mir, has been arrested. One of their key leaders, Shahzeb Habib, was martyred. Their intellectuals are under arrest, like Ahmed Farhad, their poet and journalist. This is not acceptable to the people of Kashmir. The problem in Pakistan has always been the military junta, and their policy is zero sum, which means that they are going to take away everything, and they are not going to give Balochistan, Kashmir, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and for that matter, even Sindh, anything. So this is not going to last for long. The only belt that is having some fun in Pakistan is the Lahore to Islamabad highway. The people living around that area, they are in a different country, but the rest of the country is suffering. I feel very sorry for the state of Pakistan, but it is a failed British project. It cannot run indefinitely on IMF bailouts. And one of the analysts was very right. Mr. Trump personally benefited $1.4 billion in crypto coins currency. And he is the only leader, I think, in the world who has made $2.2 billion in 1 year. So Pakistan played a big role in that also. So, but this is not going to last forever. I think there will be a backlash. I think I feel sorry.
Right.
But you see, I will tell you one thing. We're dead against the partition of India because it was such a big loss to the people of South Asia. And we really don't want more of these problems to happen, but the army is itself pushing people to that path. And I think people deserve to live free. I think Balochistan deserves to be free. Kashmir deserves to be part of India. That their future is much better in India. Pakistan has got no future.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me, in fact, quickly then take that back to you, Sumit Peer, on what you believe is going to be the future of these protests. What do you see the situation now spiraling into short term, Sumit, in our neighboring nation?
Uday, if army tries to lose a lot of force, there'll be a lot of bloodshed. The economy is in shambles. Munir's position is shaking. American doesn't need him anymore. How the things shape up, and he is not able to deliver. He was not able to deliver Iran for America what he promised Trump. So all the promises to Trump are not working. This is a movement wherein people are hitting the roads. And I was surprised by one thing: when Tehreek-e-Taliban could do a blast inside Sindh. That is the way when GHQ Rawalpindi went shaking, because Tehreek-e-Taliban, not in KPK, they came to Sindh to do a blast. And even a recent attack which was done near Quetta, which is the fortified area of the Pakistani army, if you could strike there and kill 12 people, you are really, really worried. Today, how many more fronts can you open? And if you kind of mess with Iran, you have one core in Balochistan. If you started moving to the Iranian border, the Balochis will liberate the country. Today, Balochistan is only practically on map of Pakistan. It's a liberated country to me. POK should be set free. Gilgit-Baltistan has to be set free. Except the Punjabi belt of Punjab, I think you will retain nothing. Even the Saraiki belt will move from you. You will not even retain that belt. So the people's movement is there. There is no future in Pakistan. How are you going to feed the people? people? What is your economic outlook? You can keep up having the bravado. You can keep off pretending to be some great peacemakers and deal makers, but at the end of the day, how are you going to feed your people? What is the future of Pakistan? And you have to again go to Trump and ask for one more bailout. And the deal which you did with Zach Witkoff, which got Trump around $1.25 billion, everybody knows that deal. And what is the use of that staple coin to Pakistan? How does Pakistan benefit out of this? Yes, you got some leverage with the Trump, but after that, what? Americans believe in use and throw. So even Khwaja Asif one day said, I think 2 months back, he said Pakistan has been always used as a toilet paper. For a change, Khwaja Asif was saying the right.
Yes.
And leaders of the Pakistan who are there, they facilitate this, unfortunately. And this hybrid model, wherein the establishment and the politicians are working together, this is not going to work, because ultimately the कहते हैं ना वो बिजली politician पे गिरेगी. And let me ask you one question, sir, on national TV. Can Asim Munir say he doesn't have a second passport? Can he say his family doesn't have an American passport? Can he say he doesn't have a property in Virginia? Let him come. I'm challenging him. Come and say I only have one passport, and nobody in my family and nobody in my brother's family whom I married my daughter to has any other passport. Forget the American passport. Can he say that? He will not say that. You already have an American passport. Your story is done.
Okay. Let me, in fact, take that to you, Joyita, as well, because, as I said earlier at the start, UK lawmakers are speaking out on this. Do you hope that other lawmakers, other quarters internationally also begin speaking out on this situation within Pakistan? It's time this becomes an international issue.
Yes, absolutely, Uday. Let it start with the UK. Of course, right now I would say the rest of the West is kind of
and let's also hope for some foreign media coverage of this too.
Yes, I think that is very important, because when it comes to NYT and Washington Post and all these mainstream media, that particularly even Guardian for that matter in London and all, they are not bothered. They don't get to say anything bad about Pakistan. Let's hope they get to cover this. But here I'm going to point one thing. Pakistan is going to lose Mr. Trump's favor. You know how? Because Pakistan has promised to deliver Balochistan to Mr. Trump. Okay, and all the gold, everything, whatever that is there, and they will not be able to deliver. He will not be able to do that because of the resistance of the Baloch people. And if Pakistan has not been able to deliver Balochistan to China, Pakistan is not going to be able to do that to Mr. Trump as well. And that will be the beginning of the end of Mr. Asim Munir's downfall.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also now thank you all there, because we've run out of time. We will, though, continue tracking this story. For the time being, my thanks to our viewers as well for joining us.